Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, where today I'm going to be doing an announcement video explaining things that's going to happen on my channel. Let me restate that a little bit clearly. In this video, I'm going to be making announcements about what's coming up on my channel. Well, it's not just about what's coming up on the channel, it's going to be a little message to somebody. It's not one of you guys, but if this person ever watches my videos, they will get to hear this message. And that's going to be one of the first things I talk about. I'm going to talk about two main things that's going to happen. Well, one of them is going to be an announcement for that one person, and one of them is going to be something that's actually coming up on my channel, what you can expect for part 2 to my Let's Play of Soul Silver. Now, wait for that announcement for y'all ask. I know it's weird that I stopped the episode pretty quickly, and then it was like, I'm going to try to pull off camera. I'm going to explain more about that when we get to that announcement. For these announcements, I am going to be using the draw feature, which if you don't know, that's the thing where like, I was using to, as you can see, draw the lines and everything for like the little game. But yeah, I'm actually going to be using that to draw the announcements and also show you a little description of the announcement I'm going to be doing. Because here's the thing, for the announcement for that one person, I've got to show an example of a game experience I've had either close to or around that happened to me for real. Because this one person does not get that, like, if you don't know, guys, and I think most of you should be smart enough to know this, that if a Pokemon is higher level than you, you have a more likely chance of losing. And I've seen that a lot in games. Like, you may have an advantage, or you may have a move on your Pokemon that does super effective, but if the Pokemon's way higher level than you, it ain't gonna work out. And during that announcement, I'm going to talk about, like, an actual experience I had while playing with the person I'm going to talk about. Which I guess I'm going to draw on the board. Okay, so the first announcement I'm going to be making, I'm actually going to go ahead and get this one out of the way first. I'm going to be making an announcement about my Pokemon, hold on a second, Pokemon Soul, I'm sorry, it's hard to draw on this computer, but it's fine, Pokemon Soul Silver project. I'm going to shorten this for you. Part 2. I'm going to be making an announcement about Pokemon Soul Silver Part 2, about like what's going to happen during that. And the second announcement, let me clear this, is going to be about me explaining the announcement for that one person, which, if you don't know, I ain't gonna say who this person is, but the person, well, you might actually hear the person, I might actually reveal the person, whenever I talk about it. I'm going to be making an announcement. Sorry about this. It's taking forever. Anyway, I'm going to be making an announcement for this person right here. That's basically what this is about. It says an announcement. And basically what that means is going to be an announcement for that person right there. I'm going to be telling about, and this is basically for y'all too to understand. If y'all don't, or from what I've experienced in an actual Pokemon game, you're actually going to learn today what I've experienced. And you could say this is false, but at the same time, like, I've had experiences in game with this happening, and that's why the first thing I'm going to be talking about is my Pokemon Soul Silver project. Okay, so let's get started with this. Now guys, as you know, as I call it, I have an anxiety to where now, if my Pokemon faint, I get really upset and I go into like this basic mental depression. Like in a matter of seconds, I can go from a really happy mood to a really sad mood just in a matter of seconds because of my Pokemon faint. And here's the description basically of what happens. Basically, I'm going to explain. Oopsie, sorry, it's on the erase feature. For me to be happy in a Pokemon game, my Pokemon also has to be happy. If they are happy, then great. I'm in a happy mood, right? Well, that little anxiety could also go the opposite way. If my Pokemon's like fainted or sad or even mad at me, I go into this like really depressed sort of mood, and that's basically how my anxiety goes, guys. It may seem weird for me to be calling it anxiety, but it's so bad to like if my Pokemon faint and I feel like that's making them sad, that's just what it leads to. Same thing if they're mad at me. I'll be like, alright Pokemon, I'm sorry. What do you want me to do for you? I'm gonna give you money? I'd probably really do that in real life. I'd be like, if my Pokemon are mad at me, hey, Frogger, you want money? Here you go. Here you go. Here you go. Yeah, that's basically what would happen. And that's because my anxiety takes over really well, and that really leads to this. Now, my Pokemon's either this or this. It leads to that right here, the little area leading to the smile or the sad face. I can't be happy if my Pokemon aren't. It's kind of like their feelings transferring from the game to me. Kind of like how you can transfer Pokemon to Battle Revolution. Think of that sort of method for like their emotions getting to me. If they're sad or mad at me, I go into this little depressed mood. I don't get mad at them. If they're mad, I don't get mad at them back. No, I feel bad. And that's one reason why in my game, if Frogger misses or something like that, I don't get mad at him. I don't yell at him if I just thinking about it. Because I feel like if I did, I'd be hurting his feelings, and it makes me feel bad knowing that. Like I said, I can go into this real quick. That's what happens when I faint a lot of the time. That's why most of my Let's Plays, if I faint, or I pull one faint, you see me go, like, lean my head down. That's because what you're seeing on screen transfers into what happens in the game. If I pull one faint, I'm sad. If my Pokemon are mad at me, again, back to that little sad state, being like, okay, what can I do for you? To prevent this, I know most of you ain't gonna like this, but for part 2 to my Let's Play of Soul Silver, all my Pokemon are gonna be fully evolved. Now, don't get mad at me when I say this. Listen. I'm doing this to help me get over my depression. Because here's the thing. That's why I call it like an anxiety, because it's so bad that my Pokemon faint, I'm going to feel horrible. And like, that could easily be changed if my Pokemon aren't fainting and they love me. So, yeah. A good example would be earlier when I did part 1 of that project. Actually, I don't know if I did it while I was training or while I was off camera. I think it was actually while I was on camera going through the game. But as you remember, there was this one part in the game where it said Pidgey was holding an item. Do you want to take it? And the reason why I said no is because I'm worried he'll get mad at me. Because that's the thing, because I'm going to give you a little hint into my Heart Gold project. There was a little thing where Totodile was following me, and it said the exact same thing. Totodile was holding an item. Do you want to take it? And I said yes. He immediately got mad at me. It even showed that he was mad. It said like Totodile was making a face that Totodile looks really mad, and like for a few minutes I couldn't get over that, because like my Pokemon was mad at me, and I tried my best again to be happy again. I was talking to him every 5 seconds to pray that it showed a happy face above his head, which it finally did, but knowing that really drove me crazy. I think it even lingered with me after I finished the game. After I finished the game, I still had that thought in the back of my head where I was like, oh no, I made Toad all mad, oh no, oh no, that kind of thing. And because of that, I'm only doing something a little bit different. Instead of worrying about that happening as much, not like the little Pokemon getting mad at me stuff, I can easily avoid that by saying no. Because like the thing was, you remember, if it was in the video, it said he found an item, do you want to take it? And I said no, and it said Pidgey was happy to find something. I want to do the same thing every time a Pokemon asks if they found, do I want to take the item that they have. Because like, I don't want to make them mad at me. I'd feel like a horrible human being if I did. And that's one reason why I'm saying that these Pokemon are going to be fully evolved whenever I come back. Because we've already got a Pidgeotto and a Croconaw. I'm on my way to getting a Feraligatr and a Pidgeot. And no, guys, I ain't doing the gym yet. I didn't need to do the gym yet or the Sprout Tower. And guys, before you say anything, don't think this is cheating. I know it seems weird that I'm doing it because of the fact that like, they're now going to be way over level and the first gym's going to be like nothing. But like, I'm doing this to make sure my Pokemon don't faint. Because that's what's made me quit most of these projects in the past, where since you can't do Pokemon to me, you're relying on keeping your Pokemon alive and them eventually getting to like you. And like, my Pokemon fainting really puts me into that depression thing I was talking about a while ago. If they faint, I go into a little mental depression, even though it's just once. It sets in a little bit if only one Pokemon faints, but if it's all of them, that's where it really kicks in. Especially with someone I love to death like Totodile. And that's one reason why I'm saying that he'll probably be a Feraligatr next time y'all see us. Because of the fact that like, I can't stand seeing Totodile get hurt. And yes, while it seems like he'd be way too over-leveled, at least there's not a risk of my Pokemon getting hurt. And that's one of my biggest fears of the game. Like, is my Pokemon going to get hurt? That kind of thing. Like, even in Battle Revolution, you can see that too, where like, no, Feraligatr, that kind of thing. If they faint, that's the same exact way I'd act in the game, except it's a lot worse in the game. The thing about Pokemon, I do better in games where you can't really give your Pokemon care, or if you do, you can give them a bunch. Alright, since you can't really give Pokemon affection in Battle Revolution, my depression's there when it happens, but it ain't like nearly as bad as it would be in a game. Because even in game, except maybe for Gen 1, you're earning friendship for each time your Pokemon like you. And you can notice that with like the little heart that appears over Totodile's head. And it'll say something like, Totodile is cuddling up to you, or looking at you adoringly. Whenever I see those, it makes me happy knowing that, hey, my Pokemon is actually really liking me, and I'm praying that I'll get to see that again. Right now, guys, my Pokemon are around level 19. So yes, we do have a Croconaw, and we do have a Pidgeotto. It might be a few days before I can get another video up. As you can see with the date on the screen, it is the 4th of May, 2019. It may be like the 7th or 8th before you see another video of Pokemon. Well, Pokemon Soul Silver, that is. Because of the fact that I'm trying to get my Pokemon up to level 36. Now, that may sound like a specific number, but here's the thing. Pidgeot ain't going to be available until level 36. I'm going to go ahead and get him evolved, get Croconaw evolved into Feraligatr, and get him 6 level higher. That way he'll be the exact same level as Pidgey. The only thing I'm going to hate about this is the fact that I'm going to have to do that with every single Pokemon now. Yes, I know you won't get to see the evolved forms in the game. Well, you will. You'll get to see the final evolutions, but you won't be able to see the middle evolutions. And that makes them look as cheap, guys, and that's one reason why I've been driving me crazy to do this. I want to do Soul Silver, but at the same time, I hate doing it this way. I like them training my Pokemon, but like, the method I have to do is annoying. I spent like 2.5 hours after leaving the camera earlier to train up my Pokemon. I played from like 9 to 12, just doing wild Pokemon battles. And they're only level 17, 18, or 19. Like, it's a lot of work, but like, I said this earlier, that the more you work for it, the better reward will be. The fact that I'm working for that means I'm getting stronger Pokemon, and more ones can take hits. And right now, my crocodile knows some pretty good moves. It knows Scratch, which ain't that great of a move yet, but we'll get a better one later, I believe. We got Bite, one of the better moves for like ghost types, so we got Bite for that. We've got Water Gun, which may not be the best water type move, but at least it is a water type move. And we got Rage. Same thing with Pidgey. We got 4 moves. Not all of them are great, but we still got something good. Like, we now have a flying type move on Pidgey, which is now a Pidgeotto. We got a flying type move on him, which is Gust. He knows Tackle, Sand Attack, Gust, and Quick Attack. Which is pretty good moves for the low level Pokemon. Later on, ain't that great, but like for now, that's really good. And like I said, I know it's gonna think it's cheating, but like in my opinion, nowadays, the way I act now towards Pokemon, it'd probably be better if I did it that way for almost every single game now. At least for the older games like Soul Heart Gold, Soul Silver, Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, Black and White, if I even decide to do that again. I know it seems weird, and I know you won't get to see all their evolutions. Well, you won't get to see them on camera. Like I said, I'm sorry about that. I just can't deal with Pokemon getting hurt so much. And that's what I was talking about earlier. If I can get them high enough leveled, right now at level 36, and I do the rest of the Pokemon like that, it'll be all worth it, because maybe then they'll have less of a chance of Pokemon fainting. So yeah, the only problem, like I said earlier, is if we're having to do it to multiple Pokemon. Because here's the thing, right now, the only Pokemon I gotta level up is a Croconaw and a Pidgeotto. Eventually, though, if I'm trying to get all the same teammates I had in my Bio Revolution profile, I need a Nidoran, which eventually I'll need a Nidorina, which will evolve from that. And now I need to get the Moonstone to get a Nidoking. And along with that, Ampharos as well. That one ain't that hard to get since you don't need no specific island order to get them. But, yeah, that's going to be kind of annoying. I talked about, that was a 17-minute announcement. I'm going to talk about the second one. The next one is an announcement from my cousin. Now, this one probably won't take almost 18 minutes like the last one did. But this is an announcement for my cousin, who, like I said before, is him. And now, let me go ahead and start off the announcement with something he said before. I don't think he said it exactly like this, but if you don't know, guys, if a Pokemon's lower level than higher level than what you are, like, let's say, for example, this is your opponent's Pokemon, and this is you. Y for you, and then O for your opponent. If your Pokemon are lower leveled than the opponent, you have a better chance of losing than anything. If you're higher leveled than it, you have a better chance of winning. And that's the thing my cousin don't understand. Here's the thing, because here's something my cousin had actually said in the past. He said that... Hold on, I'm hearing somebody talking there. It's kind of making... I think we forget. Here's what he said. He said it does not matter whether your Pokemon are lower leveled or not. But here's the thing, I've had experiences in the past where Pokemon I've had on my team are lower leveled than the opponents. And by lower leveled, I mean by me being like behind like 4 or 5 levels, which is pretty good for train your Pokemon at the pace of the game. Here's how it works. I'll give you an example from what I remember from like one of my past games when I did Heart Gold Soul Silver. I believe it was even the Heart Gold parts got deleted. My Pokemon were level. Oops, that was too big. Anyway, level 30. I believe it was around level 36. Now, to some of y'all, that might seem like a really good level. Which is, yes, it's true. But like though, I don't know if you call it that, but like a law that I would say. The one about like your Pokemon being too low level, it won't work. Here's the thing. When my Pokemon level 36, or whatever that level was, I can't quite remember the level, I just remember it being 36, or around 30, the 30s. 30s, around the 30s, sorry. But here's the thing, my Pokemon, or their Pokemon, was level 40, like over 40, it was 41 or 42. I would say it's 42 for this one. Well, that's the thing. Most of their levels are higher than yours. Now, for somebody like my cousin, this may not matter. If your Pokemon are lower leveled than this, it's fine. That's what he may think. But like I said, this is talking about like some experiences where I think this is really bad. So let's take into consideration. My Pokemon was again level 36. Sorry about that. And their Pokemon were around level 41 or 42. Now, like I said, my cousin kind of thinks that it doesn't matter what level you are. But I've had experiences where I've been in this situation where exactly it was pretty much like this. But in the end, they come out on top a lot of the time. The ones that are higher leveled. I'll show you. I'm sorry about that, guys. I had to click the wrong button. Thanks, I didn't mess up anything. Anyway, I've been in situations where this has basically been coming true. Where, like, my Pokemon are level 36 or so, theirs are level 40, and I ended up losing. Now, I'm going to go ahead and tell you this. I'll give you an example from what I had last week. You guys know my Pokemon's level from Battle Revolution. If you don't know, my Pokemon in Battle Revolution are all level 36 and 37. Now, like I said, this may not seem bad, but here's an example where this really comes into play. Let's take them same Pokemon that was at level 36 and 37, because it's exactly the Pokemon I used last week whenever I played with my cousin. Here's the thing. My Pokemon were level... Oh, let's see, hold on. My Pokemon were level 36 and 37. And now get this, guys. If you don't believe that my it wouldn't, that this level like really don't work. Well, here's the thing. His Pokemon, he had to use a rental pack. He didn't use mine. Oh, I wanted to use mine anyway. His Pokemon being level 50. And guess what? That's literally 13 or 14 level is higher. Like I said, I say 13 or 14 because like the opponent was at level 37. That's 13 levels. The ones that were 36, 14 levels. Which, like I said, may not sound like a big deal to somebody like my cousin. But when you consider this factor, that's bad. I'll give you a good example with one of the moves I used. And yes, guys, I know Frogger is weak to certain Pokemon like Grass or Electric. But here's the thing. As you know, Frogger has an Ice Fang move. He has like a little Ice Fang move he can use. Well, if you don't know, Ice is very good on Grass. My cousin at one point sent in an Ivysaur. Which, like I said, I have a disadvantage, but also have an advantage with Ice Fang. Let me show you their HP bars. Here, I'm going to draw 2 HP bars on the board. I don't remember quite how much my Pokemon had in health. Well, let's do it this way. Oops. Basically, here's what happens. This is my HP bar, right here. Or these are both our HP bars. Like I said, it just seems like a green line, but think this green line is the HP bar you'd see in Pokemon. Now say that's full HP. Now same thing for him. This is Ivysaur's. It's built the exact same way. It may seem a little bit smaller, but here's how it would go. Ice Fang, which is a really effective move. With my opponent being level 36 or 37, them being 50, here's what would happen when I use Ice Fang. I'd use Ice Fang, and that much of health would go away. They use a grass attack or some kind of move on me. Here's how much health it take away. Like over half my HP just gone down the drain. And that's what would happen all the time. Even with a very effective move like Ice Fang, it doesn't do much. And that's the problem. That's what my cousin don't understand. Like I said, guys, his Pokemon were level 50. While mine was level 36 and 37. Now, I've also seen experiences where, like, if the Pokemon, me and the opponent are the exact same level, it's actually worked out really well. And this happens in Battle Revolution as well, if you're listening to me, cousin. Let's draw the HP bars again. But this time, let's assume... These are different colors, sorry. Let me redraw that. Assume that these is the exact same HP bars that me and my cousin had. But this time, instead of having my cousin, we're going to have, like, a random person that you can play in a game, like a random computer player. Like, let's say one of the Coliseum leaders. But this time, hold on, there we go. This is that's a full HP bar. Now I'm gonna draw one. Again, assuming these are all the same amount of health, or like they're at full health. Now let's take these 2 HP bars and let's make them certain levels. Now I've seen a scenario where, like, if I send somebody like Ampharos, which as you know is in one of the Pokemon Revolution games, him being level 37. Now, because here's what happens. In most of the Coliseums, they will take the Pokemon that's your highest leveled and make that every single Pokemon, that level for every single Pokemon on the opponent's team. So since that's happening, it's taking Ampharos' level, which is this, and it's turning it into their level. So they're at 37 as well. Now here's what I've also noticed. Cousin, pay attention to this. I've seen scenarios like this where they're the exact same level, and something like this will happen. Here's me, the top one in red. They'll land an attack, even on like for alligator, like they land a grass attack. This is how much it'll do sometimes. Not all the time, but this is how much it'll do. Not much, right? And like you land an attack like Ice Fang back on, it'll do that much. Almost all their HP gone. Well, you still have a lot of it. Now, it may not seem like a good scenario, guys, but take that into consideration whenever somebody tells you that level does not matter in Pokemon. It does. And yes, I know there is like things like if you have a good type matchup, it'll work out. Here's the problem. For somebody like Feraligatr, yes, he does have something to mess up grass, but it ain't like he can take it either. Some attacks he can, some of them I can't. Like I said, I've noticed that Pokemon are lower level than Feraligatr, or not, no, the exact same level as Feraligatr, do a lot. Feraligatr can do a lot more damage to them. Like, for example, the grass and bug type Warma. If they're the exact same level, it's going to do at least half or more. If you're like 13 levels under me, it's going to barely do a thing. And that's the thing that would happen, like I said with Ivysaur. His Pokemon are 13 levels higher than me, and he says like that it's the levels' fault, or he can't blame it on the levels. And him, if you're too low leveled, and that's what happens in the main Pokemon games as well. If you're too low leveled, you're not going to do very well. And that's why, guys, like I said in the first announcement, I'm going to go ahead and get Pokemon up to level 36. That way we'll already have an advantage. And I mean, yes, it may seem like cheating, but it also seems like cheating that he gets to have level 50 Pokemon while we're level 36 and 37. So to conclude this announcement, let me tell you this, cousin, if you're listening. Level does matter in Pokemon. Level does matter. Like I said, you can't assume that it don't whenever I've had experience in Pokemon games where if a Pokemon's the same level as me or under me, it does a ton. If you're like even just 5 or 6 levels higher, it's barely going to do a thing. Your Pokemon being level 13 levels higher makes that 10 times worse. Like a simple Ice Fang. Instead of John, I'm going to show you again. Here's how much a simple Ice Fang would do to the Ivysaur I was talking about earlier. Boop. Around that much. My cousin would use the attack. Boop. Either barely any HP or none at all left. That's literally what would happen every single time. Like I said, cousin, level does matter. Don't ever say it doesn't, because it does matter. Your Pokemon has got to be around the same level, or the Pokemon has got to be lower, or the exact same as you, in order for your Pokemon to do great. So like I said, cousin, once again, if you're listening, daggum, level does matter. And don't ever say it doesn't, because it does. I'm sorry if it seems like I got all serious here, guys. It really does. But that's the announcement mainly for my cousin. Y'all could listen if y'all want to get like some insight on how I think level works. But, this is mainly for my cousin. Because, like I said, he said that level does not matter when Pokemon. Like I said, I've had experiences where Pokemon is only 5 or 6 levels higher. Then we lose. Or like we'd almost get one-shot. So, yeah, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. In a few days, I'll do Pokemon Soul Silver Part 2. Be looking forward to that. And cousin, watch this video. If you could hear it, great. Understand that level is important. For the rest of you, though, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you listened and got some insight on how I think level is important. And not just that, just like a little announcements for this channel. For my cousin, please listen to that second announcement. Anyway, for the rest of y'all, I will see you all later. Have a wonderful day. I hope y'all will keep enjoying Pokemon. And go catch them all and be the very best like no one ever was. Bye bye, everyone.